A new and natural, safe Ozempic alternative. You know the weight loss drugs are the rage now, but there are some significant problems with them. So I want to make sure you've heard about this new product that's come out that has significant benefits very similar to Ozempic. The reason we're looking for an alternative is the serious gastrointestinal conditions that may be connected with these drugs. Pancreatitis, bowel obstruction, gastroparesis, and GI obstructions are a very, very serious problem. When your gastrointestinal tract closes off so food can't go through there, if that doesn't reverse, you have to have surgery or start removing parts of the intestinal tract. So that's definitely not something we want to do. Well, let me talk just briefly about how these drugs work, and that'll help you understand how this new product works. Glucagon-like peptide receptor antagonists. They work by boosting your GLP-1 in your body. So your body naturally produces the hormone GLP-1, and these drugs have a similar effect. They bind to the same sites. When they bind, they slow down digestion, they increase satiety, they block glucagon from being secreted, and that's a hormone that's used to control blood sugar. And they also trigger the pancreas to release insulin. They are an injectable medication that mimics the hormone that you naturally produce, and they bind to these receptors so your body thinks that your body's producing it. And as a result, everything slows down in the digestive system. GLP-1 tells your body to metabolize sugar in the bloodstream, bring that blood sugar down, which is a good thing, and release insulin, which can be a good thing if it's not overdone. It also signals your brain, besides your intestinal tract, and it signals it, you just ate, you're full, you don't need to eat again. And that's a nice thing to happen. Now, after a period of time, when your body releases GLP-1, it goes down, and then you get hungry, you eat again, and you start this over again, and then it spikes. So, in your body, how you produce GLP-1. Now, I want you to hear this. This is very, very important. If you have the correct bacteria in your gut, huge. This only happens if you have the correct bacteria. Then you eat a meal, the bacteria help metabolize the food and break it down, and they also produce butyrate and P9. Now that's a protein, and what butyrate and P9 do is they signal your body, hey, we need to produce some GLP-1 right now. Your body produces it, you feel full, you metabolize sugar in your food, and everything's wonderful. If you don't have the correct bacteria in your gut, you eat a meal, the bacteria don't help metabolize the food, they don't produce butyrate and P9 protein, and your body is not signaled to produce GLP-1, so you're hungry all the time and you eat all the time and you gain weight. We got a natural pathway for GLP-1 production, and we have a drug pathway. When you eat, your bacteria produce things that stimulate GLP-1, and that stimulates your body to suppress your appetite. It wears off, you eat. Now, the weight loss drug is a little different. You get the weekly injection. The levels go very, very high, higher than you would have if you were just doing it the natural way. They go so high, they actually flood into the brain and affect some things there. They stay high for longer than normal. They design these drugs so they don't break down. They just stay circulating there. Your body is constantly signaled to metabolize food and suppress appetite. That goes on for a week, your levels start to drop, and then what happens? You get another weekly injection and the whole thing starts all over again. So the missing link to produce GLP-1 is the correct bacteria in your gut. And here's the key news I want you to hear. there are only 2 probiotic strains that have been able to be shown to stimulate GLP-1, and one of them is called Akkermansia. Now here's the great news. This product is now available. I've been following this research for a long time, and it is a phenomenal product. I'll give you more details on it later, but the bottom line is Ozempic mimics Akkermansia. And Akkermansia is the key bacteria in your gut and your digestive system if things are working correctly. So I had a digestive analysis done a few years ago just to see what bacteria were in my gut. And one of the things that stood out was I was low in Akkermansia. Now that got me thinking and looking, well, how do I get that up? And I'm going to show you how to get that up, but taking the supplement, which is now available, is a great way to do that. We know that having higher levels of Akkermansia are associated with lower weight. Lower levels of Akkermansia are associated with obesity. So we could test you right now. If you're overweight, you probably don't have as much Akkermansia. If you're normal weight, it's probably better. Here's the other thing we know about people in America. Many people have none. They have wiped out their good gut bacteria, so they can't produce GLP-1 to help them control their weight. But when you give people this probiotic, it can help slow down digestion, increase satiety, block glucagon secretion, and trigger your pancreas to release insulin. In addition to taking the drug, there's some other things that you can do, but I want you to know that this specific probiotic should be 10% of the bacteria in your gut. Now you have about 3 pounds of bacteria in your gut if your gut is functioning correctly and healthy, and the majority of that needs to be this key bacteria. So here's some tips to boost it. Number 1, take some Akkermansia. Number 2, eat fiber. Now why would you eat fiber too? These bacteria live and thrive on fiber. So you can take all the supplements you want. If you're not feeding that bacteria, it's going to just die off. So it needs this fiber to help produce these short-chain fatty acids, which help produce GLP-1. Number 3, boost your intake of polyphenols. So what are the polyphenols? Well, they're found in black tea, red wine, grape extract, cranberry extract, and Concord grapes. All of those things have been shown to boost this key bacteria. And then we don't want to kill the bacteria off. So we know that high-fat meals can reduce the key bacteria significantly. We know that alcohol can, and artificial sweeteners can, lots of things, as we've taught you in the 7 Systems plan. But the great news for you is that this product is now available. You can check with your 7 Systems provider to see where you can purchase it. And if you don't have a 7 Systems plan provider, you can check it out at 7systemsplan.com.